What quarterback did I idolize my game after? Kind of the first thing that comes to mind, as a young middle schooler who just, fell in love with position would be Aaron Rodgers. I was a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. I've got a chance to play him a few times, and just how he's treated me. And he reached out to me after the game, and he's such a special flow of the football. He's got so much swag. He's just a different. It's different when you see him in warm-ups throwing the football, and just how I've heard from teammates of his and coaches of his how he treats others and cares about others inside the facility is just special. And I'm just a big fan of his.
Best advice Tom Brady has given you?
Best advice Tom Brady ever gives me. I've met Tom a few times, and one of the best things he says is no shortcuts to it. There's no shortcuts to putting in the work, and the proof's in the pudding. And knowing that the shortcuts that that people take or can try to take, it's not worth it. Get the most out of what you put into it, and he's been great at that, and he obviously showed that throughout his career.
You and your team, are you planning to win this Sunday?
Are we planning to win? Yeah. What else will we be planning to do?
Well, never knows.
Yes. That's the goal of us coming out here. We're coming out here to win the game, and that's the number one priority, and looking forward to getting a chance to have a great week of practice and give them a chance to play in the Super Bowl. How about that? It's unfortunate what happened to Bo. What a player he is, what a season he had. Obviously, an unfortunate ending, but I know he'll be back. Special player. I know we'll have some many battles down the road. I think we play the AFC West next year, so I think we're going to get a matchup. So, praying for him. I know he's on the road to recovery, but I think it'd be pretty cool to see, all the great quarterbacks in the league a chance to go up against him.
Drake, many people consider you to be their hero, but who's your hero?
Who's my hero? My hero. I think my hero would be probably my older brothers. I think my heroes, just living up, growing up with them, having somebody, that's that close to me, kind of live their own lives and me to just learn from them and be the youngest brother and have the opportunity to kind of have something to chase. I was chasing my older brothers. They all had a passion. I was just trying to find a passion for myself that I could kind of, follow them and it happened to be football, and now I'm here. Staple down.
How are you?
How you doing, brother?
Good. I want to say congratulations, make it to the Super Bowl.
Thank you, my man. Thank you.
You want to take a minute to tell Matt Damon he sucks?
Matt Damon?
Yeah.
No, I want to tell Matt Damon he's the man.
No, he's the worst. He sucks.
Any Pats fans that I'm a fan.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me tell you something. Everybody in Boston say they gave for me, but not me. I love the whole team.
Oh.
I am Patriot for the Patriots.
Okay. Hey, I think the guys appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah. I wanna wake up. I wanna wake with you. Okay.
Say that one more time. Wakeboarding, wake surfing.
No,
Let's go do that sometime. That'd be great.
I'm not gay for me, but I wake with Drake.
Wakeboarding, wake surfing.
No, look, I even got a pillow for you. Look. I wake up.
Wow.
Look, this is you.
I like that. That looks good. That looks good.
Can you sign my pillow?
After. I got you after. I got you after. Right now? I got you. I like it.
Drake, many people consider you to be their hero, but who's your hero?
Who's my hero? My hero. I think my hero would be probably my older brothers. I think my heroes, just living up, growing up with them, having somebody, that's that close to me, kind of live their own lives and me to just learn from them and be the youngest brother and have the opportunity to kind of have something to chase. I was chasing my older brothers. They all had a passion. I was just trying to find a passion for myself that I could kind of, follow them and it happened to be football, and now I'm here.
Thanks, Drake.
You were Super Bowl 50 as a kid, as a fan. 10 years later, you're playing in the Super Bowl, same stadium, potentially the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. What's going through your mind as you get ready to walk onto that?
It's a full circle moment. I think that's the biggest thing. What a moment. Just so thankful for my dad who was able to take, take me to a Super Bowl, that's, don't take it for granted. Not every kid gets to experience that. And I was watching my favorite team at the time and got a chance to watch, Peyton Manning's last game. What a cool experience that was. And now to be here and playing in, one myself, I don't take it for granted and know, how special this is and just trying to enjoy it. Enjoy it with my teammates, enjoy it with everybody who, helped get me here. And from there, go try to win it. I think that's one of the best parts about it. You can't really explain it. I think that's what makes it cool.
The consistency that you've developed in your game at such an early stage of your career, where does that come from?
I think my teammates, just having, learning them, getting to, go to work with them each and every day. And that's thing, I think, it's, knowing what your teammates are going to do and knowing that, what they expect from me, just having an open relationship with, hey, I want you to do this on this play, or hey, I think I can maybe get more out of you here, and I think it comes with coaching. Coaching, I give a lot of credit to Coach Vrabel and Coach McDaniels and Ashton in the quarterback room, just how they've handled me and approached the game.
What you chose to focus on for year number 2? Like after you had a year of experience, what were your focuses on year number 2?
I think after a year under my belt, just of playing quarterback in this league, how special that is, but also how much responsibility comes with that, on and off the field. But really, I think, worried about what people in that locker room think and knowing that that's what matters most and knowing that, anything else outside is nothing I need to worry about. So that's the biggest thing for me. And from there, just to, try to, give our guys some chances to make plays, when I, give them the football and they've done just that and made me look good.
You and your wife have a beautiful relationship. If you have one message to your wife, what would that be?
Just keep being you. You're, the better half of me and I love you and just keep being you. And it's such a special moment for me to be able to follow your journey and just keep going. And I know that you do it for something bigger than yourself, and that's what makes you special. She makes something special every day, and I think that's the best part about it. She made some up, it's just the normal O-line gifts. She bakes some good. So other than that, I think she's looking forward to getting out here.
Will you rank these? Will you rank your wife's treats right here? Baking treats? Rank them.
Rank these. Cinnamon roll snickerdoodle. She just made those for the linemen this week. That's my number 1. Puppy chow. I'll put puppy chow number 3. Pistachio bread. I think it's good. I'm not a fan. I'll put that at 4. And the crumble copycat sugar cookie, I'll put that at 2.
That is such an achievement. Do you see that as a goal you've reached, or does it work as a bit of pressure on you?
I would say it's a goal. I think it's a goal to get to this game this year. I don't think the age of me matters really at this point. I think it's special, and knowing that at such a young age to be able to experience the big game and what everybody works for in this NFL league, to experience that at such a young age is a blessing. And knowing that we got guys in this team that have played 10 and 14 years and never made it, and knowing how much of opportunity that we have this week and get a chance to to go win the Super Bowl, that sounds pretty good. Coach Vrabel?
Yeah.
Coach Vrabel's the man. He's been the same since day one when we met him. He coaches us hard. He expects a lot out of us. And as he says, he treats us the way we treat the team. I think it's been the coolest thing. He cares about us off the field. He expects a lot of us on the field, but at the same time, he's the same person each and every day, and we love him for it.
Frank, you didn't get a chance to play against Bo Nix, but you got to know him in the 24 draft process. You had a heartfelt message for him. How much would you want to see him in that game the next time you play in that AFC title game?
It's unfortunate what happened to Bo. What a player he is, what a season he had. Obviously, an unfortunate ending, but I know he'll be back. Special player. I know we'll have some many battles down the road. I think we play the AFC West next year, so I think we're gonna get a matchup. So, praying for him. I know he's on the road to recovery, but I think it'd be pretty cool to see, all the great quarterbacks in the league a chance to go up against them.
Played a lot of really good defenses these first few rounds, and I know that there's different schematics, there's different personnel for these teams, but when it comes to this elite Seahawks defense, are there things from those defenses the last few weeks that you can take, or lessons that you've learned to take into this game, and if so, what are they? Yeah,
100%. Knowing that you'll get a chance, opportunity to play another great defense. We played, I feel like it's going to be our 4th, and Coach McDaniels warned us, the better, the longer you play in the playoffs, the better these teams get. And I think the Seahawks, what a defense they have. They're well coached. They play hard. They run to the football. And just knowing that protecting the football and at some point, try to hit the plays when they're there, and knowing that when you have a chance to hit those plays, you got to hit them, because that's what playoff football is about.
In practice with the fumbles?
Yeah, feeling great. Yeah, feeling good. Was out there today. Got an extra day of work in for practice this week, and then from there, looking forward to get back out there the next couple days.
Great.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'll be just fine. Yeah, I threw threw a good bit. I threw as much as I would in normal practice, and felt great. And looking forward to getting back out there in the Wednesday and Thursday for practice again, and Friday, and get ready to get a normal week of prep.
Practice today for you guys as a group to get here in California. You got to get your feet under you.
It's great for us to get settled in. New environment, new practice area, new practice routine, getting in a routine and knowing what it's going to be like. Stanford was beautiful. Thanks for Stanford letting us use their field, and looking forward to getting a chance to kind of get in this routine this week and try to keep as much as we can the same.
The past few games improved drastically this year compared to last year in the offseason to improve that.
One more time.
What did you do to improve your past few games this year versus last year?
This past season versus this season? I think you give a lot of credit to people around me. Coaches, players, new teammates, another year of the teammates that I did play with. And just to find confidence in myself of going out there and knowing that of what it's like playing in this league. Playing quarterback at a high level in this league is hard, and knowing that the preparation you put into it is what you get out of it, and knowing every week is different.
Week of the regular season were amazingly consistent. What's been the difference in the postseason from your perspective?
Yeah, postseason I think is it's about winning and going. I think the regular season you try to play as well as you can and play at a high level, and you try to treat the same in the postseason. But at the end of the day, the postseason is about winning and getting to this game and making winning plays. And we made enough of them on offense, and we haven't played up to the standard that we want on offense. But knowing that we have a chance to do that this Sunday is what keeps us going.
Do you have any pregame superstitions or good luck charms?
Pre-game superstitions or good luck charms? That's a good question. I think I try to keep my warm-up routine the same every week. I put my right shoe on before my left shoe. I put my left sock on before my right sock. Really, other than that, I don't really listen to music in headphones. I kind of just listen to what the locker room's playing, so who knows what that is. And other than that, I try to keep the little things the same. Try to eat the same thing. I don't eat very much on game day. Try to keep it light. And then from there, just I stay in the same place in the national anthem. So yeah, I got a lot of things I probably do. Yeah, that's a good question.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
I got my man right here. Tell us what's going on.
Kid reporter, he's got a question.
All right, let's hear it. Wow. My favorite pregame meal, I like that. From one picky eater to another, my favorite pregame meal, a classic peanut butter and jelly. Simple peanut butter jelly, or give me maybe, if it's a night game, I'll do a grilled cheese during the day. Something simple, easy on the stomach. I like that question. Nice, brother. Hi, Coach. See you. Yes, sir. What am I going to be wearing? I guess we'll have to find out. That's what it's for. No, but I think the I Heart Drake Mays has been a cool deal. It's been awesome to see. The fans have gravitated towards it, and my wife wore it to one game, so it's been special.
What's through your mind when you think of the journey from draft day to this week, and you look back on it?
Man, getting drafted seems like years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, and it really wasn't that long ago. Coming up on 2 years. So what a journey. I know it's I hope to play in this league a long time, but not taking for granted how far that how different the 2 seasons have been, and just learning the experience of this league and the ups and downs of it and the ebbs and flows, and know not to get too high on the highs and not to get too low on the lows. And I think that's one of the coolest parts about this sport, and what everybody wants to get to this game for. It's put so much work into it, and this is what you get out of it.
If you win the Super Bowl, what's the first thing you think you'll do?
One more time?
If you win the Super Bowl, what do you think the first thing you'll do after you win?
I think just be thankful to the good Lord. That's the first thing that I should do. I hope I keep that the same on Sunday, and then just know that that's my purpose, and that's bigger than football.
2015, the last time the Seahawks and the Patriots played.
Where was I in 2015?
Yep.
Ooh, I was probably watching it at home with my family, with my brothers. What do I remember? Ooh, what a question. What do I remember? Me and my brothers were probably. We usually play that little square game where you try to pick what the score was of the game, and somebody would get some extra money from the parents. So hopefully, trying to figure out what the score ended up being, trying to get some extra money to go do something with the fam. But really other than that, I think we're probably eating some. That's a good question. My mom probably made something great. She's a great cook. Probably some she used to call it pickups, but spend time with the family and watch Super Bowl. The biggest difference, it's win or go home. There's a finality to it that Coach McDaniel's always talked about. Getting to the stadium that day and knowing that it's win or your season's done, and just how much passion and emotion and will that the players try to go fight through pain, try to fight through the ups and downs of the game to try to get on the winning side, and knowing that everybody's leaving their all.
yourself as a quarterback one for next season in fantasy, and why?
Would I consider myself as a quarterback one in fantasy? I think I got to say yes. I think so. I grew up playing fantasy football, was a big fan of fantasy football. I think, why would I be a quarterback one? You said I was good this year, so I think, try not to, jinx it and hopefully be a solid quarterback in fantasy next year. Anything for the fans of Mexico? Shout out to the Pats fans of Mexico and the all fans. Hopefully watch the game on Sunday. Go Pats.
I'm with Pray.com, Greg. Tell me about faith, family, and football and what it means to you.
Faith, family, and football. That's me. That's me to a T. I think, in that order, just putting my faith first, knowing that's my purpose. My family, they're my biggest supporters. Can't do anything without them. They make it to every game. My parents do. My wife was at every game. And just knowing that, I always have somebody that's going to be, in my corner, through the ups, through the downs, and somebody that always got a chance to, that they're always going to think the same of me, and knowing that, what I am as a person. And then football is my passion. It's what I do for a living. It's what I love to do for a living, and it's why I love winning. One more time.
What has it been like having your wife support you since the 7th grade?
It's been special, just for her to see our journey together, starting in middle school, and her watching my middle school football games, playing quarterback, to now getting a chance to watch me in the Super Bowl. Wouldn't rather do it with anybody else.
To this offense and to your team?
Yeah, I think first thing with Steph, the biggest thing is what he's brought off the field. Leadership-wise, somebody who comes to work and has got back from an injury and from last year at such a fast pace and wanting to be there for us, wanting to be there and show us that he's working hard to get back. And that was back in the offseason in training camp, and just to show where he's come and caught for another 1,000, just like he does throughout his whole career, and knowing what a big-time player he is. And I need to try to give him the football as much as I can, because he makes plays when it happens, and he stays the same, and he loves everybody in that locker room, and everybody loves hanging around Steph. He's a good time. The second year guy, I'm not too great with my history. I know there's been some young ones. What was it? Big Ben was the one. Brady, no, he wasn't a bad one either. So I think the age is the thing that makes it special for me at such a young age to cherish such a moment of playing this game. But really, I think the age is the thing to worry about. It's about winning the game and enjoying this time with my teammates. Hola.
You were one of the best draft picks in fantasy football. Will you consider yourself as quarterback one for next season, and why?
I like to try to keep the same mojo. So if you drafted me this year, draft me again, because hopefully I was good for your team. Shout out to the fans of Mexico. Go Pats.
What do you make of the journey that Sam Darnold's had throughout his career to then make it to this point? And did you ever look up to him in your career when you were young?
Yeah, such a big fan of Sam. What a journey. What a career he's had. Just to battle the life of the NFL, and knowing that his first opportunity, obviously he got put in a scenario where they decided to move on, and from there he's made them pay ever since. He's battled of not playing for years and being the backup to getting his chance and just making the most of it. It's been awesome to see just what this side of such a great story, the side of the league that people think that what makes the league so special. It's stories like Sam that just puts his head down, works hard. It's turned to one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I've gotten to know him a little bit. He's a great dude. He's one of the best dudes I've met, and he's looking forward to seeing him on Sunday and seeing him do his thing, and but also at the same time competing against him.
Last week you expressed confidence about being close to 100%, if not 99.
Yes, sir.
When did you think you maybe turned a corner to get to that point?
Turned a corner. I think turned a corner. Landing on the flight. Felt good from the flight, and thrown out there today. I think it's turned a corner, and really had no doubt in being 100% for the game. This is a Super Bowl. We get 2 weeks to prepare for it. Do whatever it's got to do to get it right, and I've got confidence and feel good. So. Have I talked to Tom? I have not talked to Tom. What would it mean to me? I think it means a lot to this team. What we've been through, what Coach Vrabel has done, what the Crafts, have done for this organization. And it means a lot to this fan base. This league is driven by the fans, and us players are so thankful for what the fans have done for this league, and they make the league go. So it'd be awesome for me, for a chance to do something that you only dream about, and that's winning the Super Bowl. So it'd be in the world. What's up, brother?
What's up,
man. So I get your Mount Rushmore of athletes out of Davidson, North Carolina.
Mount Rushmore athletes out of Davidson, North Carolina. How about that? Davidson, North Carolina. What about that's a question right there. Davidson, North Carolina. Let me think. Okay, so we got to go my brother Luke. Luke's on there for sure. I think for now, I think Bailey Overs too. Wow. Bailey's Overs on there. What he's doing. Give me some help. No, I'm not putting myself on there. Not putting myself. Steph, I think Steph, I don't think he counts. From Davidson, I don't think he should count. Will Greer, that's a great one. Will Greer's third. I can't believe I forgot about Will. That's crazy. And let me think of a fourth from Davidson, North Carolina. Let's see. We got Huff. We got Charter. I'm going to do Nick Sweeney. Nick Sweeney. There we go.
This is a gift from Mexico. It's handmade. Can I throw you?
Yeah, throw me it.
And a thing that called sarape.
Wow. Thank you.
It's you.
It's me. Oh.
Yeah,
There you go. Fix the helmet a little bit. I look good. Thank you guys. That's awesome.
For the Mexican fans.
The Mexican fans, just thank you guys for embracing the NFL. You know, all the fans out there for what this sport is. I know it's different football, but it's an awesome brand of football, and we appreciate your support, especially the Pats fans in Mexico. Shout out them.
Your buddy was beloved and has gone viral for her baking, but I'm curious, how are you in the kitchen and what's your go-to dish?
I'm not great in the kitchen. That's not at all. I leave that up to my wife. She's a baller. She's the best at it, and I love her for it. And what I can do, I can do a little bacon in the morning. Other than that, I can't do anything. I can do a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's about all I can do for breakfast. Other than that, man, I can do a PB&J and grilled cheese. That's about it.
Okay, and what do you hope she makes if you guys win the Super Bowl?
If she wins, whatever she wants. She deserves it. She's been a part of the journey, so whatever she wants and whatever she wants to celebrate with.
Greg, if you could
One more time.
What's the lesson you hope to bring to your team if you win this Super Bowl?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest things is just coming this way and taking advantage of the opportunity. What a chance we get to do with our first year, with our first year head coach, to get a chance to win a Super Bowl. So we come all this way. As much hard work we put in the offseason, training camp, all the days where you didn't want to run the extra sprint or run the extra route after practice or do the extra lift in the morning. It's worth it now, and so let's make the most of it.
Would you like to play in Dublin? Your alma mater, North Carolina, is playing in Dublin.
I saw that. Yeah, North Carolina's playing in Dublin. That sounds pretty cool. I know Dublin sounds like a great place to play football. I know the league is expanding to more and more international games. I think it's a great thing for the league, and more and more fans are embracing it. I think it's special.
Big fans staying up 1, 2, 3 a.m. to watch the Super Bowl. What do you think of their intensity, their passion?
Say that one more time.
What do you think of the fans' passion over there, staying up 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to watch the game? What do you think of that?
I think it shows the testament of what this sport can do, and how much you can kind of embrace your team and what team you pull for, and knowing that fans out there are staying up overnight. My brother's one of them in a different country, but staying up and following. It's a great sport. What a special sport, and shout out to those fans out there staying up.
Local news in San Jose.
Nice. Local news, San Jose. What's up?
Very nice. Are you and your team, are you planning to win this Sunday?
Are we planning to win? Yeah. What else will we be planning to do?
Well, never know.
Yes. That's the goal of us coming out here. We're coming out here to win the game, and that's the number one priority. And looking forward to getting a chance to have a great week of practice and give them a chance to play in the Super Bowl. How about that? Who from our team? Let me give a top three. Top three swimsuit cover? Top three. Okay, I'll give Will Campbell's got to be on there. Will Campbell's my number one answer. Got to do Stephon Diggs. He's just his Sports Illustrated would fly off the shelves. And the actual number 30 that I think would be the real one with the best looking dude on there. Not trying to be too big of fans of them. Coach Raves, that's a good one. Coach Raves. But a serious one, Gonzo. Gonzo would be a good one.
Great.
Not me. No, heck no.
Great. So, did you prefer playing in the snow in Denver, or are you looking forward to the weather in Santa Clara? What type of game is your football game?
I try to embrace the elements whenever. Obviously, throwing the football is a little different in those circumstances versus here. it was nice out there throwing, but at the same time, just embracing the elements and knowing whatever I got to do to try to complete some passes and battle the snow and whatever weather it is try to get the game. Game one is what I'm willing to do.
Mr. Kraft give you guys after you won the game in Denver?
He's so proud of us. So proud of us for how we approached this year. Mr. Kraft has been with us every step of the way. He's always, coming by the locker room before the games, shaking hands, checking up on us. And he just said, he's been here a couple of times before, so he just said, keep the same recipe and know that, all the hard work we put into is it's worth it for this game. Since working with McDaniels, understanding the why of the football, or the why of playing the position, the little things that go such a long way of playing my position. I think he's so great at preparing me during the week for those little things that come up during the games, and also at the same time of explaining why, hey, we're doing this because of what they do, or we're doing this because I think we can take advantage of how they do this. He's great at coaching my position, and he's one of the best in the business, and just thankful every day to work with him. And leadership-wise, I think he's great at just telling me be myself, but also step out of my comfort zone a little bit. And I'm trying to do that more and more in the huddle and around the team, around settings where I feel like I've earned the right to. And he's always been pushing me to do it more and more and try to challenge the guys and to practice at a high level. And I think we should try to accomplish that, and looking forward to doing that this week.
If you could collect one Seattle Seahawks football card.
One Seattle Seahawks football card. Just the respect of the Seattle Seahawks would be Sean Alexander back in the day. I got to know Sean well. He's a great dude, great man of faith, and I would probably go back classic. In my own football cards, I don't. I probably should. It seems like a big thing, and I know Fanatics and all the trading card business have blown up, so I'm looking forward to getting into the business maybe after the season.
Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Dunkin' or Starbucks? Man, I live in Boston. You know it's Dunkin'. Why? Dunkin' Donuts. You get the donuts with it. I think the coffee with the donuts, Starbucks doesn't offer that. But I also like Starbucks. Starbucks is also pretty good too.
In-N-Out Shake Shack.
In-N-Out Shake Shack? Ooh, that's tough. As an East Coast guy, I grew up on Shake Shack. But In-N-Out, I got to go Shake Shack the burger. Skiing or surfing? I would choose neither if I could, but if I had to choose one, I'd be in the ocean, surfing. Tupac or Biggie? That's a tough one too. I think I got to pay respect to Tupac. Seafood or Mexican? Mexican food.
Lastly, pizza or tacos?
Pizza or tacos? Pizza.
Are you an quarterback in NFL history and why?
One more time?
Favorite quarterback in NFL history?
Favorite quarterback in NFL history? What a question. I think Tom Brady's got to be one of them. Just what he did for my organization, what he did for the sport, what he's done for just the game in general. Just the winning, the success, the attitude he brought to playing this position. And then also, I'd probably say to rival that be Peyton Manning. Just Peyton Manning, how he carries himself, how he approached playing the quarterback position at such a high level, how much work he put into it, and just the person he is.
Are you an MMA fan? If so, who's your favorite fighter?
Who's my favorite fighter? Shout out Sean O'Malley. I'm a big fan of Sugar Sean. I'm a big fan, and I'm a big MMA fan. John Jones, love watching John Jones. I love watching a lot of the guys. I know the fights are late night, but in the offseason I stay up and watch them.
Levi's Field, the north end zone is much windier. How does that affect playing there, and is it similar to Gillette Stadium at all?
I don't plan on the wind being similar to Gillette and up there in Boston. I think the conditions, obviously windy, can get windy in any place in the country. But no, I haven't experienced that playing here last year against the Niners and warming up, and the wind wasn't I don't remember it being that big a deal. But I'm sure we'll adjust to whatever it is on game day. And Gillette, they closed the other sides of the stadium. They did some renovations, so the wind in Gillette haven't been a problem all year. So look forward to throwing it in and throwing the conditions. One more time.
What's your favorite part about coming here?
As a youngster? It was pretty cool to see Peyton Manning's last game. That was pretty special to say I was there and to watch him win a Super Bowl and knowing that also the environment of being here at the Super Bowl and what a big event and what a big time thing it is.
Greg, I know you love your wife's snickerdoodle cookies. What's the thing that you're not a fan of that she makes? That maybe you just fake it like you do like it?
Ooh, that she would know, or that surprises her too?
Maybe both. Maybe both. Let's surprise her right now.
That I'm not a fan? I don't know if I can do that well. Hold on, let me get a second. I'm not a fan. She knows I'm not a fan of pistachio bread. She knows that a little bit. One more thing that I'm not a fan of. That would surprise her. All right, well, hold on. It may get me in trouble. I wasn't the biggest fan of these little chocolate date bars she makes. I'm not a big fan of those.
Hey, thank you for your time.
You are living a dream, but obviously your numbers was so fantastic during the season. But what is your biggest concern for the big game? Maybe the sacks with the defense.
The biggest concern?
Yes.
I'm concern free. I'm going into this game, worried about my play and how I can play best for this team, and that's whatever I can do to come out with the win. And doesn't matter. I know I gotta try to play well for us to win, and our defense has been playing great all year. So big trust in what they do, and big trust in that we're gonna have a great plan on offense and execute it. In season or off? I enjoy getting on the golf course. I enjoy playing pickleball. My wife's got me into mahjong a little bit. We enjoy playing some tennis. We enjoy watching shows. We enjoy watching sports at home. I'm a big sports watcher. Anything on at night, I love watching whatever sport it is. So don't sit home. I'll put it right there. Thank you.
Last Friday for not practicing.
Yeah.
Would you tell us sort of what it was, how you got over it, and how you overcame not practicing that?
No, I'm feeling good. I didn't get a chance to get out there when you guys were out there, but I made it for the rest of Wassa practice, and was just making sure that I feel 100% and looking forward to getting back out. I know it's cold out there and some sickness going around in the locker room is pretty easy, but really feeling good.
Thoughts on Bad Bunny performing on the Super Bowl?
Bad Bunny? I saw him in the Adam Sandler movie, and Bad Bunny. I know he's a big time artist, and a big fan of him. Obviously, he sings in a different language. He sings in a different language. I can't sing, but I'm a fan of Bad Bunny. What would it mean? I think it'd mean the most just for this team. I think the stat of the youngest, or if I was the oldest, just being a chance to win the Super Bowl in general is what I'm most worried about, and knowing that this team, how far we've come, and just not to come this far, just to come this far and make it worthwhile. I really haven't had too much time to thought about it. I know it's a special moment to be here at this age, and not taking that for granted with my teammates telling me how hard it is to get here, and Coach Vrabel and McDaniels, and although McDaniels and Coach Vrabel have been to a few of them themselves. So just trying to do whatever I can to help us win, and knowing how much that would be worth it. Yes, ma'am. Getting married was one of the best decisions I made in my life. I think my wife, and from that day, they say good things happen when you get married, and I think that's the case so far in my life. Just what a blessing it's been to have him, Michael, and know to come home to someone who cares about my day and able to hear something outside of football and listen to what she's done today, and just knowing that there's a constant in my life, and that's my wife. And every day to come home to somebody that's herself and cares about me outside for who I am on the field, and there's so many things that marriage has helped me, and I think just this year, just living with my wife and really being the first, the only roommate I've ever lived with beside my mom, that was a female, and just knowing that how much that changes how I have to pick up after myself and take care of my things in the house, and she's the boss, but at the same time she's been awesome to cook meals and not have to worry about having something to try to scramble to find dinner coming home late night. She's just got it ready, and I don't take that for granted, and knowing how special she is to my career and my life.
Not every player on a football team is married. Some are single or what have you, but
Yeah.
knowing the difference that it's made for you, and maybe how that's translated to how different you look in your sophomore season, being mature, the way that you're handling the huddles and everything. What would you say to some of your teammates who are single relative to the impact that it's made on you?
Yeah, my teammates, they have the right to whatever they choose, but I definitely would advise them to eventually get married. It's one of the best things in life, one of the best things I've experienced in my life, and there's no better feeling than coming home to a wife that loves you and cares for you, and just worried about your best interests. And I know my teammates some of them are experiencing, different parts of their life and what stages. But, I chose to get married young, and I don't regret it one bit.
Greg, the kids got a question.
Oh, man, yes, sir.
Best advice Tom Brady has given you?
Best advice Tom Brady ever gives me. I've met Tom a few times, and one of the best things he says, there's no shortcuts to it. There's no shortcuts to putting in the work, and the proof's in the pudding. And knowing that the shortcuts that that people take or can try to take, it's not worth it. Get the most out of what you put into it, and he's been great at that, and he obviously showed that throughout his career.
Best part about leading your team to a Super Bowl?
Best part about leading my team to Super Bowl, I think just the vibes and the emotions of playing in the game. I think you kind of get built up all week about really all year and all life. What is the Super Bowl really like? You get a chance to experience this and experience just the spotlight. And I know everybody's in the spotlight when you're at the Super Bowl because everybody, they see anybody in the Patriots gear, they're cheering and hollering. So it's pretty cool for all of us to experience this together, and looking forward to get a chance to play on Sunday.
Question for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You mentioned Peyton Manning. There's a lot of other great quarterbacks that are enshrined in the Hall of Fame. Is there anybody from back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, that you love to watch highlights of? Anybody from the 90s? You've got Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach. You've got so many great quarterbacks.
I got to know Terry Bradshaw. He was awesome when I met him. I know he's renowned as one of the best dudes and the best quarterbacks of all time with how he treats fans, I got a story with Mr. Bradshaw. We were sitting in there and signing autographs together, and he has the best really able to read, eligible to read autographs of all time. He spells his name out in perfect cursive, and I kind of do a little scribble. He thinks it looks like Drac Maye, so he made fun of me for that. And just the appreciation he has for people that won his autograph, and knowing that not everybody's in this position, and what he did for obviously the Steelers and how great a player he was. So I respect to him, and I respect a lot of great quarterbacks out there. Big fan of Brett Favre, the way he played. I have not. Coach McDaniels talks about it, obviously being from Ohio, and he always talks about it. But he said it's a special moment, and I'm sure we'll be there the next couple of years with the Patriots going in the Hall of Fame soon. We'll be there in one of the first what's it called? What's the game's called?
Preseason game, Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, Hall of Fame game.
Back home in the Middle East, many Patriots fans will be watching the game at 3 a.m. in the morning. What would you like to tell these fans?
I just appreciate them for support. What an awesome passion they have for the sport to cheer us on when they're got to get up to work in the next morning on Monday and go to work and watch our games at 3 a.m. I can share something with them that they have something in common with me. My brother stays up the same time, late at night watching the games, and I know it's not obviously easy and simple for them to do that. So it takes a lot out of for them to do that. But thank them for the fans, and hopefully we've given them something to cheer for this year. I think we have.
Who's going to be your first call when you win a Super Bowl?
My first call?
Who's going to be the first person you call?
First person I call is obviously I'll see somebody after the game. All my people that are closest to me in my life. The first person I would call. What a question, man! That's a question right there. I'll get back probably in the hotel the next morning, and I would probably call my grandfather. He won't be at the game, but Jerry Maye, he's the man. He's a legend. Hopefully he's definitely gonna watch this. Shout out G-Dad and G-Ma. I'll call you guys. Favorite Mexican dish? I love queso and quesadilla. My favorite Mexican dish is, I can't go without Mexican food. I know they got some good Mexican out here, so we may try some. Soft shell. I'm more a soft shell guy. The hard shell, I got a bad habit of chipping my teeth, so. Pay extra for guac. I'm not a guac. My brothers do. I don't pay extra.
A key word for the Patriots this season has been identity. How has that changed over the last few months?
The identity changed? That's the thing. The recipe hasn't changed. The identity hasn't changed. That's what we've built this year, and most what Coach Vrabel keeps on reminding us to not change our identity and know that this gotten us this far. And, he came in that meeting room that first day, and he put the identity, showed it on the PowerPoint. It was up on the walls, and we followed that to that day, and we've all bought into it. And I think it's gotten us this far. So, Coach Vrabel must have known something.
I'm on the women's U.S. national flag football team, and so I want to ask you, if you had to choose a female athlete to play or to throw you a touchdown, who would you choose?
A female athlete? Yes. Ooh, that's a great question. I'll do two. Gotten into tennis a little more. A lot of respects to Serena Williams, and she's maybe one of the greatest of all time, greatest female athletes of all time. And then I heard, Caitlin Clark was pulling for us in the playoffs. So hopefully catch a touchdown for Caitlin Clark would be cool. I know she's a baller.
If you were to choose to recreate one Bakemas item, which one do you think
One
you'd be
Bakemas
able to
item?
do?
Ooh. She made some sugar cookies with peppermint and icing on top. Bomb. Yeah, my dad and mom were big on us growing up, wanting to play different sports, wanting to find passions in our life that we felt like we could, grab onto and take with us the rest of our life. So having my older brothers and seeing them go through sports, being, end of games and my older brother Luke, my dad always used to get on my older brother Luke for, taking the last shot in the basketball game. And one of my brother Cole to be the one pitching on the mound when it was, the bottom of the last inning, to try to close them out. So just following them and knowing that to try to be successful in those moments, you want to be in those moments, and reminding myself of that even at this stage, at the biggest stage of my sport. Just remind myself the confidence and all the work I put into it is gonna come to life, and it's worth it.
Greg, you've been hailed as this. I'm sorry if you've been asked this before today. You've been hailed as this second coming of the GOAT.
Whoa, easy now.
Hey, I was there 2 weeks ago for the Houston game. People are obsessed with you. There's such a huge man crush of the whole Boston area towards you, and especially comparing you to the GOAT. Does that bring some added pressure, especially in this scenario?
I would say it added pressure. Like I said, I think in times before, just appreciate his greatness, what he did for my team that I play for now, what he did for football, what he's done for my position that I play. Just respect for how he played the game, how he wanted to win so bad, how he carried his teammates, how he led his teammates, how he approached the sport, and just pray respect him and not try to be him, just try to be myself.
Totality of the season and what got you guys here.
Mhm.
How big was that Week 5 game Sunday night in Buffalo? What did that do for the team?
I think that was the epitome of Road Warriors. I think that really started it. We say it started in Miami. We won that first one on the road, but that mentality of winning one in Buffalo, where it's hard to win, it was tough to win in that place, and they had I think they had a streak of home wins at that time. Just knowing that our identity and what we play with, and knowing that it's not going to be pretty on the road, and knowing that trust in ourselves and that belief that belief didn't waver, and that started that kind of the Road Warriors mentality, and we've carried it since then. The confidence, I think just the biggest thing after that game in that locker room was the relief and the exhaustion of what it takes to win a game like that against a playoff team, against a team that plays at a high level that's had a lot of success in this league, of what it took. And you feel like that after the playoff games, of the kind of exhaustion, and man, that was tough. And I think that's what I kind of alluded to during the game, of it's hard to win in this league, and in this time, and with the weather, and not even mention the weather, just playing in them, and even in indoors, it'd be tough, and just be an opportunity to get here and make the most of it.
Do you have a favorite Bible verse?
Favorite Bible verse? Ooh, I think Proverbs 16:9. The heart of a man plans its way, but the Lord establishes his steps. I think just what a verse that is, what a verse it alludes to. You can have all these plans in life of, hey, I want to do this, I want to do this, but it's really the Lord's doing the work about leading in the right direction.
Heroes growing up, or somebody who affected your journey in a positive way?
Ooh, one of my heroes growing up who affected my journey in a positive way. That's a great question. I think it'd be easy to say my brother Luke. I think it'd be, one of my best friends, became one of my best friends in college. My brother, that's my brother, but my best friend, Sam Howell. I really got to college and didn't know what college football was like. He played at a high level in college. He's still playing in the NFL now. He's become one of my best friends. Seeing how he handled teammates in the locker room, seeing how he handled being the quarterback on campus, being the big man on campus, never put it on himself. Was so humble, and just just been really cool for us to share moments in our life together and have same experiences and share similar things that we like to do in life. And he's been someone in my life that I really appreciate and can't thank him enough for.
What stands out about this Seahawks defense to you?
The Seahawks defense, I think they're fast. They're fast, they're physical, and they have an identity. I feel like they play on tape. You see it every week. On film, no matter what game you click on, they're swarming to the ball. They're swarming to the football. They're trying to punch it. They're trying to rake it. They're trying to make plays on the football, and they force a lot of turnovers doing that. So, I think one of the biggest things, they're well coached. They're well coached as well. So we got a tough challenge ahead. But looking forward to a good week of practice and knowing that we got a chance to win the Super Bowl. Say it one more time.
At what point this season did this all feel possible?
You know, every team sitting in that meeting at the beginning of the year, you know, has hopes to play in this game, has aspirations to win the division, win the FC Championship, get to this game, win the NFC Championship, you know, make it to the playoffs. I think it really, at this point, it felt real. I think what Mike said, I almost called him Coach Reese, what Mike Reese was hinting at after that Buffalo game. You know, at Buffalo, in a tough environment, where the game was 6-3 at halftime, and we ended up winning on the game-winning drive, and our defense stepped up, our special teams stepped up, and knowing that this was took a full team effort. I think from that point on, we haven't left any doubt on that we can play with anybody.
The U.S. is hosting the World Cup this year. And are you aware in soccer what the number 10 means? And did you ever take part on why you chose this number to play?
One more time?
The U.S. is hosting the World Cup this year.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
number
gotcha.
10, it means a lot in the soccer world.
Oh, Messi. Yeah, he wears it. Messi wears it. Does Mbappe wear 10 too? Every great. Wore 10. Yeah, who was for Brazil? Neymar. Gosh. Pele too. Yeah, I used to be a big FIFA player back in the day. I love playing FIFA, but I think it's awesome the World Cup's coming to the U.S. I know there's going to be some games possibly in my area and in our area in New England. The World Cup is such a cool deal. I remember watching it. The last one when Messi won it against France. It was such a great game. What a great sport that soccer is, and football, people call it as well. That I wear number 10? No, but I like to make that correlation. I'm a big fan of Messi, Lionel Messi. I'm a big fan of Neymar. Does Mbappe wear 10 too? Mbappe. Who else wears it? Pele. I mean, a bunch of soccer greats. I guess it just happened to be the number, but I think it's a pretty good number. Wow, that'd be sweet. That'd be sweet for any chance to play. Brazil at they're such a great soccer team, and their history of what they've done in international games. That'd be great. And I know our fans are gonna travel. Our fans travel well. I think one of the things with Steph is he's big on trust and trust in him. He's always instilling trust into me and confidence in myself. He's always pumping me up. His trust and confidence in himself never wavers, and just to try to see somebody at his level that's done it at a high level in this league for such a long time, to see that and knowing that his confidence never wavers, why should mine? And he's always pumping up his teammates, getting in the huddle pregame, pumping us up, and he's just such a great teammate, and he's even better dude off the field to hang out with, and can't wait to get a chance to rock out one more time with Steph, and hopefully many times down the road.
You talk about football being your passion, but faith being your purpose. Can you tell me how you use your platform to inspire others in their faith?
Yeah, I try to take advantage of this platform that I've been given, getting bigger by the good Lord. Try to have a constant reminder that my purpose is bigger than my passion, and always finding something that I was trying to chase. I was trying to chase a passion in life, and that happened to turn out to be football. And knowing that there's always been a constant in my life, and that's been my faith. Knowing that no matter at any time, highs, lows, times when I feel like I need prayer, sometimes when I feel like I'm at the highest moments to talk and know that relationship with the Lord, and my follower of Jesus Christ is the biggest thing in my life, and keeping that at number one, and knowing that is what's got me here and what helps me get here, and what I can shine light onto others, and knowing that having hopefully leading them to a relationship with them, or doing whatever I can to help lead them to Jesus Christ, and knowing that how their life can change and what it can do for them.
You're from the South. You're very polite, nice guy. As you spend more time in the Boston area, could you see yourself becoming a little bit more of what we back home would call a masshole?
A masshole? I think it'd be an honor to go back home and have that tag of a masshole. I think it'd be pretty special to hopefully be a masshole on the field. I think I'd like to earn that, and then know that when you're competing to win, and you're trying to somebody's keeping score, I'm gonna do whatever I can to win. And whether it's don't treat you nice, I'm gonna try to treat you nice off the field, but on the field, I'm gonna do whatever I take, and whatever it takes.
We got Malcolm from the Special Olympics series. Got a question.
Oh, Malcolm, what's going on?
Greg, what's up, man?
How you doing?
My
First Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Me too, man. How you liking it?
I'm loving it.
Pretty cool.
I love to ask you, growing up as a kid, what quarterback did you idolize your game after?
Ooh, what quarterback did I idolize my game after? kind of the first thing that comes to mind, as a young middle schooler who just, fell in love position would be Aaron Rodgers. I was a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. I've got a chance to play him a few times, and just how he's treated me. And, he reached out to me after the game, and he's, such a special flow of the football. He's got so much swag. He's just a different – it's different when you see him in warm-ups throwing the football. And just how I've heard from teammates of his and coaches of his, how he, treats others and cares about others inside the facility is just special. And I'm just a big fan of his. Yeah, I think it's just learning about the position of this position that I'm in, and the position that you're put in as the quarterback of a franchise, of knowing what's at stake, the responsibility, but also at the same time of taking time to take your mind off football and knowing that there's people in your life that keep those people close to you that care about you when when you're losing or when you're not playing well, and knowing that everybody's going to come along when you're at this stage. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Malcolm. Favorite memory from high school football? What a question. Favorite memory from high school football. I miss being at the stable, my home games in Myers Park. What a crowd we had. Never lost in that stadium. It's iconic. It's one of the best places to play in North Carolina. And shout out Myers Park. Shout out the Park boys. Those are my guys.
Do you think that Tom Brady wants to see you win a Super Bowl, becoming the second Patriots QB to win it?
That's a good question. I think it's something you have to ask him. I know he obviously loves the crafts. He loves Coach McDaniels. Loves a lot of people in this organization. So it'd be hard for me to answer for him, but I know it's for the Patriot fan base that have beloved him. He'd love for the fans to experience a Super Bowl, and I'm sure he doesn't have really as much say in the game anymore. So it's hard for him to choose either way. Tom. Is this a must-win game? I think you could just ask that yourself and see what you want me to say to that. There we go. There we go. Exact same thing you just said.
Good luck, Drake.
What are other feelings in your life when you compare it to?
Wow. That's a good question right there. Getting married. Getting married. What else? A round of golf with my brothers. Getting a chance to, be in chapel with my teammates. That's an awesome experience. Man, that's a good question. I think I had a hole-in-one in golf. That was up there. That's pretty cool. And then really other than that, just any one-on-one time with my wife. I think she'd like that answer. What's one thing I wish more people knew about me? Man, that's a great question. As much as people know about me, I try to be open book. I try not to hide anything from myself, from others. One of the biggest things, I think sometimes I try not to come off as kind of standoffish or quiet or kind of not want to kind of share my emotions when the attention's on me. I don't mean that in a way that not trying to be disrespectful or not trying to be one of the guys that enjoys having a good time or being in the spotlight, but just trying to. That's been me, and I'm not always the one to be fired up and be excited, but at the same time knowing that the emotions inside and how I feel about how that makes me feel is what makes it special for me. What's one thing I wish people knew about Aunt Michael? She's such a great athlete. She beats me in a lot of sports that I wouldn't often tell a lot of people, but she's a great athlete. She's there's a lot I wish, but no, really, I think the biggest thing is she doesn't change. I think that's the thing about her. She doesn't change. If you meet her in person, if you meet her online, that's her. And I think everybody's starting to know that. And also that her name's Ann Michael, not just Ann. I don't like people calling her Ann. She doesn't like it either. So Ann Michael.
How much do you really enjoy these 7 days, or how much is it work for this week?
Yeah, I think get through this media portion, get as much as I can. some info with you guys and answer your questions and be here. But it's a work week. We're here for one thing, and that's to win the Super Bowl, and knowing good things will come after that. And what a time to be here. What's yeah? What about him? Wow, the way he played the game. He did one of our games. Drew did. I think it was maybe in New York. I think the Jets game, and I got to meet him, pregame, and he did the way he played the sport, the way he played the position, the way he got in the huddle pregame, shared his emotions with his teammates, fired him up. Knowing that may have not been his personality, but man, his pregame speeches are still awesome to listen to. Fired his teammates up. He did whatever it took to win. He was a competitor. He played at a high-level quarterback. He played quarterback the right way. That's what I appreciate about Drew, and to get to know him and how he interacts with people. What a great player. What a great guy he is, and I know he's a great father, and can't wait till he's in the Hall of Fame because he's deserving. Say it one more time. Tyler Shaw? Yeah, Tyler. I haven't got to meet Tyler. Obviously, congrats to him on a great year. I know when we played him, it wasn't him playing, but I know Spencer pretty well. So I know those guys, down in New Orleans, they're two great players, and Tyler had they finished off the year great. So looking forward to see what he does, and big fan of him. If I win the Super Bowl, that'd make me the most accomplished May brother. I think that'd be a tough question. I think my brother's with national championships, and my brother Bo, maybe the most accomplished because he's the most handsome. So I think that'd be tough. I think it'd be either one. I think the Super Bowl is pretty good though. To my mom. Ooh. Shout out my mom, Maye. She's the rock of our family. She's been there every step of the way. She's sitting in these freezing games, cold weather games, cheering her youngest son on, traveling the world to watch me. I can't thank her enough for how she's raised us, how she's really raised all five of us, including my dad. Just dealing with us, always being the mom to do whatever it took to make us feel how the best we could. And I think that started around the house, and even as we grow older and being married now, she's always checking in, wanting to come up to Boston and take care of little things around the house that could take things off my life, and just thankful for the way that she cares about people, and she treats people that care about her and that are in it for the right reasons, and really showed me how to treat other people. And I want to thank her for that, and knowing that not everybody is like that, and just appreciate for the love she pours out to people in her life. And she's like I said, she's the rock of our family, and I love her. There we go.
What do you think when you see this picture, man?
What do I think when I see that picture? Man, gosh, they usually all have beards, so I'm glad that Cole on the right doesn't have a beard. I'm usually the one that looks like the olive ball out. No, but that just that's my three best friends right there. That's what I think. Those three right there. I'll do anything in the world for them. And my brother Bo, the one in there, he looks good right there. I need to tell him to get that haircut back because his haircut he's got going right now is not like that. Luke's got the full beard, but no, just a special moment for us, getting a chance to be on a basketball court where my two brothers played, and knowing that was the start of Chapel Hill was a special place for us. And I know my brother Cole didn't go there, but it felt like he went there because how much he supported us and was always at games. So that picture, I don't take that lightly. It's my brothers. I'll do anything in the world for them. Learn from them. Find something in life that I'm chasing. And they all found a passion in life to chase, and I felt like I was chasing them to find something. And it ended up being playing this position and playing this sport. And I just want to thank them for seeing how hard they worked, keeping me humble, keeping me grounded, and pushing me every step of the way to earn what I have. Daunting? I wouldn't say daunting. I think there was a big enough gap to where the legacy and what the Patriots did in the past, it's time for a new era. I think we're embracing it, and Coach Vrabel and what we're trying to build here is something that we're buying into. I wouldn't say it's daunting. I think it's rewarding to be in this position and knowing how quick of turnaround it happened, and just take advantage of it, and hopefully be something for years to come. But at this moment right now, we're worried about the big game on Sunday. Zach's my guy, man. Zach, shout out to Zach. He just had another little boy. So shout out to Zach, and I know some guys in this training room have been great. Just can't thank enough for Jim and the people in the staff. Baum, Caroline, Mike, Geiger, the other Mike. Who else we got in there? Gorby. Shout out to training staff. They're Steven, Rosie. We got everybody in there. They do a great job of helping us players each and every day.
How was your experience this season? What was your most memorable memory from this season?
Most memorable memory. Picking up that first down last week and celebrating in the locker room and on the field in Denver. Going to the Super Bowl. It's hard to beat that. Thank you.
The story behind your nickname, Drake, May.
Yeah, there's no real story to it. I think it kind of caught wave on social media, and the best thing about it is nobody really knows exactly what it means, and I think that's what makes it cool.
I basically teach people in the UK, the NFL, simply.
Yeah.
What I'm going to ask you, this episode is about cadences. What I'm going to ask you is, what information are you trying to pull from the defense?
What information am I trying to prove from the defense? Ooh, that's a good question. I think basic fundamentals of playing my position, I am trying to get my guys on offense in the best position to, on a run play, block their guys and try to gain the most yards forward. And on a pass play, trying to see what coverage they're playing so I can decipher what routes that we have going. I can try to throw to what coverage they're playing. So really just trying to get a feel for what the defense is doing and trying to put my guys and execute the play to my best ability to pick up the most yards. When do I decide to run or pass? It's a good question. I think sometimes I decide to run versus pass based on how the defensive line is getting after me. I think there's a little timer in your head that can kind of click if you're like, okay, I need to get out of here. I've been holding the ball too long, and really I'm trying to pass first as much as I can. Trying to pass to the guys that are open and try to let them make plays because they're better runners than I am. Thank you.
How did you imagine this would be your first Super Bowl? How did you dream about this moment?
How did I dream about this moment? Ooh, I think you dream about this moment as a little kid, and you dream about this moment before the season happens, as any NFL player does. They put up, one of the first team meetings or one of the first, end goals is to get to the last game, and we're here at the last game, and half the teams have been off a month, and the other half have lost in the playoffs, and now we got 2 left, so we're 1 of 2 and looking to be that 1 left.
32 starts in your NFL career, and yet you're starting in a Super Bowl at 23. What do you think you're still learning about yourself so early on in your career?
Learning about myself? Man, y'all got some good questions. I'm getting asked a lot today. What am I still learning about myself? Just the confidence in myself to bounce back from negative plays. I think that's something I've really grown a lot this year in, of being able to keep that same mentality that I started out the beginning of the year with, and just bouncing back after that, after drives. Got through pick 6 in Cincinnati, and we went down there and scored the next drive. I've had some plays where I wish I had back, and just trying to be that player in the big moments that wants the ball and wants to make plays and help the team win. 1 minute. Always been a big wink guy. Thankful I got a good wink. I think my mom can wink well, so thank her for that.
You were on a hot mic.
Last one, I got you.
What did you mean there? What do you take from overcoming?
Are a good guy. Say that one more time.
Josh McDaniels during the game and said, "It's hard." Good
Oh,
God.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Good God, yes. Yeah, I think it was just a moment of me being myself, of how tough it is to win the playoffs in the conditions of snowing, wind, tough to get footing, of how tough the conditions are to already play against a great defense. We got another one this weekend, of just executing. Got to be on my details, my little things to help this team win. And when I don't play well on offense, it shows. And just how hard it is to play well in this league and just find a rhythm to get into. And I know I got every confidence in the world to go back out there and compete at a high level on Sunday. Thank you, guys.